What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Unhinged, the newest film from director Derrick Borte. Before we begin, if you like my channel, cool, hit the subscribe button for Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. Hey, if you like my videos, cool, hit the like button, as well as commenting below on any video you watch, including this one. Unhinged. I'll just be right off the bat right now. This movie is disturbing. It's super violent. It's very, very uncomfortable to watch and gives us a new side to Russell Crowe that we've only read about in the papers on a very deranged, very disturbed individual. And I'm not saying Russell Crowe is like that as a human being, but he's had his past with, his fighting people and getting very angry. And so in this story, he plays a guy named Man. He claims himself as name Tom Cooper, but who knows if that's his actual real name. Look at Cable Guy or something like that. And he does something very despicable at the beginning of this movie. And that leads us into meeting Rachel, who's played by Caren Pistorius. And she has a son named Kyle, who was actually in Child's Play, if you saw the remake of that. And she's dealing with an ex. She's dealing with an ugly legal battle. Her friend Andy, who was played by Jimmi Simpson, is trying to help her get everything she can, but she's just recently lost her job and stuff like that. So she's in process taking her son to school, and they come across the Russell Crowe character. Well, as things do, and if you've ever seen the trailer, you know that things are not going to go well for her. And this movie leads into if you've ever seen Duel, which was Spielberg's first real movie that he ever did. It was on TV, but it was a great movie if you've ever seen it. This is a very much a vindictive hitchhiker style movie where Russell Crowe is almost like superhuman in his ability to track down this character, Rachel, after she basically tells him off, and he gets super angry because he has road rage. And so basically the story leads to Rachel having to survive this day, having to survive the Man character, and having to survive, her family being put into harm's way. And so I think of this movie as a movie that got a second chance because of the COVID situation. And the reason I say that is once COVID happened and once this whole pandemic happened, this movie came out of nowhere. I had never heard of this movie before. I knew nothing about it. It's not under a real large banner for a studio. And it was a thing that I thought was kind of interesting. I like these types of vendetta quest type movies. Like I said, like Duel and The Hitchhiker, where this person that's chasing them seems to be almost unstoppable. Kind of like Joyride and stuff like that. So I went into this movie optimistic that this movie is going to be entertaining. And for the most part, it really is. This is very campy style Russell Crowe at his finest. He gained a lot of weight for this movie. He looks like he's like 300 pounds. He has like a gigantic gut. He is just like a hulking beast of a man. And he is brutal. I mean, he is like no holds bar, violent as violent can get, and it's scary. Like, it really is. You don't want to come across this guy. You don't want to come across his path. You don't want to have anything to do with him. And when Rachel does come across his path, it's unsettling. It really is. It's one of the most unsettling movies I've seen in quite a while. I mean, the violence in this movie is just like over the top and gory and graphic, and it becomes super brutal, and just how it gets under your skin and kind of just like eats away at your soul, just how evil this guy is. The Russell Crowe Man character will do everything in his humanly possible to terrorize this woman, and he doesn't care. And like I said, when it leads on from the beginning of this movie. And I give a lot of credit to Russell Crowe in this movie. I think he is doing something very fun and very unlike Russell Crowe, who's known for doing, intense roles, but nothing this intense. Caren Pistorius is, she's okay in the movie. She's fine. But I think, because of how Russell Crowe is like terrorizing her, I think it does give her a little more juice to the role itself. And of course, Kyle is kind of just a kid who's like a little more, ahead of his time and his logical and thinking. But there are set pieces in this. I'm not joking that I flinched a little bit. I was like a little queasy on. And it's a movie that just doesn't take, it holds no bars. It holds no, it doesn't want to hold your hand. It holds no qualms about making you unsettled. And I think that's what makes a movie like this work. It doesn't mean it's perfect. This movie has like a lot of weird plot hole issues. How the movie plays out is completely, it could never happen. The fact that Russell Crowe is being like almost like a Superman style character is something that even in today's society would just, it seems so far-fetched that this movie is a B-rated thriller. It's exactly what it is. But boy howdy, this movie is going to be an interesting kind of dynamic when people get to start watching it and to see what they think, because I think it's still a fun film. I still think it's an entertaining film, but a lot of people will be turned off by exactly what, Russell Crowe is doing in this movie. So that's pretty much all I have to say on it, because I don't want to spoil it for people who do want to see it. But just go in with the notion that this movie does not care what you think about violence, and what you think about brutality. So there you go. That is my take on Unhinged. It's still an entertaining movie, so if you're into those types of things, I definitely recommend it. So, but anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on Unhinged. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen this movie, or if you do decide to see it. Let me know what you thought of it. If you liked it or disliked it, all that good stuff. But otherwise, subscribe to my channel, which is Movie Emporium, if you enjoy my videos, as well as hitting the notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, cool, hit that like button. If you dislike it, it is what it is. But otherwise, see you guys on the next video. Peace out.